keep working very hard every day and listen to your own instincts. Consider the source of whoever you listen to. It's important because everybody's got an opinion, and but I think learning to listen to yourself is the most important thing. And working hard and never giving up would be the best advice that I could give anyone in any field, not just the entertainment field, but in any field. I think it's universal.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be said for
yes.
life in general.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. For sure.
Yeah, you have to have the craft for it, and whatever business you get in, you just have to have the passion for it, and you can't be in it just for
Definitely.
the money, because that's in any business, because you wouldn't find that very
That's exactly true.
enjoyable. And
well, they're always exactly. Well, there's always. I think probably you reminded me of another challenge that's very, that is in the entertainment industry, is that a lot of people are in it for the business aspect, the solely making money, and not always, the art of it. I was always more for the art of it, but it is a business, so it's like a balance, and you have to be flexible because you do need to earn a living. So you have to be able to deal with both kinds of people. But there are a lot of people that are in positions of power that I don't know how much they really know about the art side, but they're more in it for making money, and so you have to deal with all kinds of those kinds of aspects all the time as you're moving through your career. And that's, largely why I started doing my own projects. And it's not to say that I wouldn't want to be hired by other people, and if I was asked or had the opportunity to audition, I definitely would. But I kind of enjoy, being the creator of my own work, because that's what's most satisfying to me, is that it's my vision, and I can say what I want to say. And that makes me the most happy, whether people like it or not. If I make something that pleases me, I can be satisfied even if people don't like it. So, but, you have to be flexible in this industry for sure. Very flexible.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I said,
yes.
Like we both said, you have to have the passion and the craft for it, and because
the
fame and the money, that may never come. You have good seasons, bad
right.
seasons.
That's definitely, absolutely, and the passion carries you through. The dream and the passion, and carries you through, I think, all the hard times, and so that you don't give up. And craft also, that you have to fall back on that when the situations aren't ideal. You have to work with all different kinds of people. Sometimes you work with great directors. Sometimes you have terrible directors that don't know anything about your craft. There's a lot of directors that don't know much about acting, I've discovered. You have to work with all kinds of people. And so, craft really helps you in those times. Whether it's you yourself going through a bad time in your life, and when you feel all mixed up, you still have to be able to do your work and do it at a certain level. Or when you're working with difficult people, you always have that craft to fall back on. So it's very important as well. And to work at it every day, I think, is really important.
Oh, definitely. You never stop learning.
Yes.
There's always room to learn.
Oh, yeah. It's a never-ending, the arts is something you can never fully, even when you're so successful, I feel like you're always reaching for something. It's like that magic that you're always reaching for. And I think the people that, are the greatest are the ones that feel like they never stop learning. You're always learning, you're always improving, and you never arrive at a finished product. It always can be better. And so think, all artists probably feel that way. They're always reaching,
Absolutely. But it's an interesting and fun business to be in. You just have to roll with the punches and get...
Yes, you do. Absolutely, rolling with the punches. Definitely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You definitely must do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
Don't take rejection personally. It's business, not personal. And
Yeah. Well, I think that probably is also a challenge for, that you have to face. It's not fun. But, it's hard sometimes not to take it personally, but you really can't. And you have to learn how to detach yourself and just go on to the next thing. There's always another role. There's always another, another project, another concert, another, I've gotten much better at when I don't have a good day or it doesn't go my way, realizing that tomorrow's a new day, and it's just part of the journey. Failure is part of any journey, and you learn a lot. They say you learn the most from failure, even though we don't like it. You can learn most of your lessons, and so that's, once you accept that, I think it's a much easier road, much easier road. And having good people around you, that's another thing. If you feel like you're in a situation where people are cutting you down, or it's not, feeding, your positive energy, to do the best work that you can, you kind of have to let those people go. You have to be strong enough to recognize that and say, this isn't right for me, and I need to find people who, will support me and be an asset to my journey, not take away from it. So I also think surrounding yourself with the right people is really important, really important. And for me, it took me a while. I had, especially in music, I finally, I had to go through several teachers before I found one that was really right for me. And so, sometimes it's a search, but it's an important search. And I think that can also help you as you're moving through, your life, that you know that you have the right people to fall back on, and they have your back, and they want what's best for you. Having people that want what's best for you is so important. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And failure, like you said, failure can be a wonderful thing. You learn not to fail that way again, at least. You try your hardest.
Well, exactly. Completely. And it helps you prepare for the next time, and so you won't repeat it. And it's not fun, though. I must say, it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun to fail, but you find great growth out of it, most definitely. And it's always comforting when you hear somebody that you admire greatly, or that you feel, that person has it all together, and then they talk about, how, that they had their own trials, and they just push through it. And it does give you hope that, that everyone struggles, and but you can still do it, and you can still overcome. And one of my first music teacher was a great concert pianist. He had all the great training at all the great conservatories, and he's just a masterful player. And you would just never think that he ever had any problems, but he was always very honest with his students that, he had very dark times and wanted to quit sometimes, and but didn't. And, and he's just an amazing person, amazing pianist and artist. And so I think, it's just part of anybody's journey trying to become successful at something, is they have to face hard times.
Absolutely. And that's a part of life in general. Yeah, that can be applied in general life.
Oh, yes, definitely. And so, but hopefully we will both have more successes coming our way after this pandemic and all this other stuff than more struggles, but also keeping your sense of humor. You got to have a sense of humor, most definitely.
Oh, yes.
And keeping your sense of humor is always helpful as well, laughing and finding the humor in things. And it's hard to find the humor in the pandemic, though, but you go out in the world now and everybody has a mask on, and just a few months ago, this would never be in our mind. We would never think, that this would be the life that we would be living. And now it's just we've already started to adapt, and people are getting fancy masks now, which is kind of funny. They're making them designer, and none of us could have imagined that we would be doing this, at the beginning of the year, could we? So it's quite amazing. And hand sanitizer, and for a while we didn't have any toilet paper, and you can't go out there and buy any alcohol to disinfect things. The shelves were empty, and it's crazy. It's crazy, but at least I hope you get to be with your family. I have my family here, and
oh, yeah.
It's been a good time for us to grow closer, and we've updated our ability to do technology like Zoom and Skype, and everything we do now is through the internet and through computers, and so we were kind of behind before, but now we're kind of updated, which is another plus from having the struggle. So there are good things that come out of it, and so, but it's good that we have each other, and have our families.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, Jennifer,
yes.
Thank you very much for letting me talk to you. It's been a pleasure interviewing you and getting to know you.
Yes, me as well. Me as well. Thank you so much, Trey. It was my pleasure as well.
Thank you. I'll send you a link to the interview when it's uploaded, so you'll be able to listen.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Trey. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. You have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And that was actress and concert pianist Miss Jennifer Kramer. Thank you very much for listening. I hope we gave you some informativity, entertainment, happiness, laughs, but most importantly, a blessed Monday morning or evening now. As always, tune in next time, folks. This is Trey Olds signing off. God bless.